Hey, what is going on, you guys? My name is Rayge, and we are back today with an exciting video on Photon joining the Marvel Strike Force universe, guys. So, she is going to be an absolute juggernaut because I love the fact that she can be also utilized for the new Secret Defenders team with Black Cat, but as well, the official 5th member of A-Force. So, rounding out both teams, there's going to be a lot of value. I would even argue that A-Force now officially would have a chance possibly going through the Pestilence Scourge now. That's just how powerful she is, as you'll see when we break down her kit. So first and foremost, her team, like I said earlier, Secret Defenders and A-Force, she's going to have her meta mainly in Arena and War offense, but you're going to see that outside of those game settings, she's going to be useful throughout multiple game modes, even Dark Dimension. So I mean, her kit is just so strong. High damage to multiple targets. She has a boatload of debuffs that she's going to be inflicting on the enemy. But in essence, she's increasing ally HP, damage, and speed, and as well as just having a very powerful ultimate ability with buffs and energy. So really, really good stuff, guys. We're going to be breaking down in terms of the T4 upgrades and Iso-8 in terms of what's best for her, but as well taking advantage of this in effect the 15% increase to the rest of our orbs. So we want to make sure that obviously we want to capitalize on this, and I think it's really aiming for a high red on her, like 4 or 5 red plus at least, is going to be a great start, especially given how powerful she is as a character. So I'm glad she's coming in and rounding out 2 teams, and that's really, really cool stuff just to see that kind of value. Let's get right to it, guys. So we're gonna get right into the nitty and gritty for the higher red star orbs. We see her icon here, but never hurts to just double check, in fact, that it is live, right? We want to make sure we're pulling this correctly. So if you go through the eye for additional details, this is where I just like to fact check that the 15% is in fact live for her icon. So we are good to go here for orb opening. So we got quite a few here, guys. So we've been saving quite a bit. So hopefully we'll see how our luck is today. Maybe we get it in the first few tries here, but definitely I wanted to at least get a 4 on her, just given how powerful she is, and hopefully she's coming in the way of a friendly event as well, so that way we can maximize on shards of her. But as of late, the events have not been bad. We've been able to at least get a lot of character unlocks at 3 or 4, so I mean, hopefully that's consistent as well for Photon here. Good stuff. My teammate just got the 6th red on Photon. Good for him. That's awesome stuff. So we unfortunately haven't had luck, but at least we're getting a lot of duplicates here, which is going to obviously give us a shot. We may have to go to the Elite 5s. We'll see. Got the 4 there. Let's see how we're doing for the Elite 4. So we got 20 there still and 11 of the Elite 5. So actually, you know what? Let's open a few more up. Maybe we can get a little luckier with the 5. We'll do 5 more just because of the fact that we have a lot of... Oh my goodness, a 6 on stature. Unfortunately, no longer part of the meta, but at least we were able to get some luck there. It helps out, and it is an upgrade, right? Okay, good stuff. Got Agent Venom, 5 on Mbaku. Okay, 4 on Heimdall, and I think that's yeah, at least we got the upgrade. One more to just finish this at a clean number on the 15 there. So yeah, always stick with the budget, guys. I mean, you can obviously go harder, but I think, to be honest, a 4 is a pretty good ratio because of the fact that it seems like that's been the average for the yellow stars and of unlock events. But now, having said that, let's get into the kit for Photon here. Guys, Photon is a Hero Cosmic Bio Blaster, so she's going to be bringing on a lot of damage and output for both her A-Force and Secret Defenders team. I love the fact that she can be slotted into multiple teams, but as well, having that Dark Dimension usage being in Bio Crate, most of the Cosmic characters that we utilize are generally Mystic in that area, so the fact that she's Bio is pretty much almost a lock for most players, especially if you're short on resources. I think this is a huge, huge addition for her coming into the game, as well as the timing of Dark Dimension 6. Let's take a look now at her skills, as well as preemptively what those T4 upgrades could be if you're planning to bring her up. Light Show is her basic, so attacking the primary target for percentage damage. She's also going to be gaining a charge. We're going to see how this mechanic works later on. As well, with her attack, she's going to be clearing positive effects from the enemy. As we bring it up to level 6, she's also going to be dealing a percentage of her HP as damage. So the higher red stars you have on her, this is going to be some pretty notable impact, especially on a basic ability. And by T4ing this, some additional damage on top of the clearing of 3 positive effects as opposed to 2. So anytime you get that extra kind of debuff addition and being able to strip away, I think it's always a great recommendation. We'll take a look at her special and ultimate before recommending this, but for sure, if you have the T4 resources, this is a strong T4 to ensure that damage and additional positive is stripped away. Aurora Blast is her special, so she's going to be applying primary and adjacent targets for percentage damage, as well as additionally applying a debuff of slow. This is going to be advantageous for the team to try to gain that speed advantage, but what's more notable is how powerful her level 3 here is. She's applying blind actually to both the primary and secondary targets, so she can really blind a cluster of enemies that are kind of grouped together, as well as having some notable damage. As we bring this ability up as well, it clears deflect and minor deflect, so we're going to see definite value there across all game modes, especially more pervasively in War, where there are those deflect buffs being applied to those rune bonuses. Lastly, if you're planning to bring her up as well for the War offense, you're going to get some notable damage here in all game modes, but more on War offense specifically, this is actually going to also heal herself, all Secret Defenders, and A-Force for 30% of the max HP. So I think it's a strong ability to T4 regardless because of that notable addition in damage, but I mean, you're really going to get some additional value if you're planning to bring this team up in War offense. So huge T4 if you guys are planning to bring that up, but I think it's still a great ability to level up even if you're not planning to bring her up in War. Full Spectrum Flash ultimate, so attacking all the enemies as well as applying offense down, reducing that damage output on your allies. So you know, sometimes the greatest offense is your greatest defense. I love that aspect about her. She's also going to be generating ability energy for Secret Defenders and A-Force allies, applying defense up, applying offense down for 2 full turns, and speed up as well. So I mean, this ability just absolutely has everything to it. And let's not forget, her special also has a blind, so it can keep her allies obviously in check in terms of protecting them from damage, and as well doing some notable damage. The T4 here is an absolute must-have. The defense up and speed up lasting for full 2 turns. This is a huge addition to every team she's on, but as well, I love the fact that this is just going to be absolutely huge just in terms of the buffs that it gives to the team, and especially how it synergizes with 2 teams. You know, that's a huge bonus, especially with her slot-in capabilities and being a plug-and-play. Last but not least, guys, Radiant Light is her passive. So on spawn, she's going to gain an additional 2 charges on any turn. If this character has 5 or more charges, so this is obviously going to take time to build up, she's going to be bursting out damage for all enemies, percentage damage, as well as filling up her speed bar for her team, respectively Secret Defenders and as well as A-Force, and then following that, she does lose the charges. So that's essentially the mechanic of the charge, right? It's to do that burst of damage, and as well as giving them that speed bar increase to give them that speed turn meter turn ahead. So the speed of this character and each Secret Defender can only be reduced by slow, and as well on War offense, this character as well as all A-Force cannot be reduced until the character takes turn. So it's just a nice little strong buff that prevents any downturn impacted unless it's slow, right? We also see that the accuracy of enemies with blind also gets lowered. So I mean, this is huge. It kind of coincides with her special there, giving some additional value. She's granting additional damage for herself as well as all her fellow allies. On War offense now specifically, she's also going to be healing for 5% and gaining additional HP for herself. So these upgrades are huge, guys, especially this level 4 where the Secret Defender A-Force ally using an ultimate, she's also going to be gaining charges on top of that. And I love how it doesn't apply just in War. So I mean, that's going to be notable in terms of all the other game modes. I think finally creating some versatility for A-Force outside of War, which is absolutely huge. And then lastly, in the arena setting, and this, keep in mind, this only applies in arena, she's going to be gaining a notable and significant 30% damage, as well as her Secret Defender allies also gaining that edge. So I would not bring this level ability up if you guys do have a specific focus and priority for her. For example, if you're just planning to bring her up in obviously Dark Dimension or War, this is one I would hold off on, as it specifically does apply to arena. So you can get really good value already low for, but for sure her special and her ultimate are the T4s I would go ahead with first, and then as well assessing the usage of whether or not she's gonna be part of arena. Then I would go with her passive, and lastly her basic. So guys, Having said that, I mean, there's a couple things. She applies a lot of conditions. She strips away positive buffs. I think, honestly, the Skirmisher is probably one of the best bets on her to ensure that that focus is top-notch, so that way she is stripping away those buffs, but as well making sure that she can actually land all the debuffs like offense down and as well as blind. It does make sense. I can also see the potential for a Striker to be on her too, because that way she can take advantage of her additional attack in terms of stripping away the positive buffs. So she's going to get the similar value of the Skirmisher, but personally, I think I'm going to go with Skirmisher on her, just so that way it creates consistency through the team, and as well as allows our other team members to be utilizing the Striker. But let me know what you guys think. I think Skirmisher is a strong bet for her, given her abilities and synergizing with the basic ability. Having said that, guys, that is it for today's video in terms of the breakdown, Iso-8 recommendations, and as well as the T-Force. Good luck in your guys' Red Star Orbs opening. I hope you guys get a better red as well. Thank you as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.